Today, I'm going to be terraforming the sun in Universe Sandbox. Now, as you can see here, I am placing down Stephenson 218, which is the biggest star that we've discovered in the entire universe. So, as you can see, there's a little habitable place around it, that green bit. It's very far out because this star is extremely big. So big, in fact, that the sun can actually orbit it. So, here's the sun here. The reason why I'm putting the sun in orbit of Stephenson 218 is just so it has light when we create life on it. So I'm just cooling it down a lot. I basically took off all of its heat, and I also made it the same size as Earth, which turned it into a gas giant, which is a good start. It went from a star to a gas giant. Now I'm just adding a bit of a core and removing the hydrogen, and there we go. We now have a rocky planet with a very thick atmosphere. If I turn it off there, you can just see how grey and barren the surface is. Went through a lot of transformation very quickly. But anyway, now we can add some water to it. So as you can see here, I'm just using the planetscaping tool to add lots of nice oceans and lakes and continents to it. Because I want this planet to look cool. And I also want it to have lots of continents for the alien species to explore, I guess. I can't remember what the life likelihood of this planet was in the end. I think it was like 47.7. So 47.7% likely to have life, which I think is pretty good. That's about a 50-50 chance. And even if it doesn't develop new life, humans, or current life as we know it, can definitely live on it if they travel to it. But anyway, I had to move it in a bit actually because it was getting quite cold. So I had to move it a bit in. But I don't call that cheating because, hey, I could have done that entire process if it was this close to Stephenson 218. But anyway, as you can see, the water is sort of freezing over. So I did have to do some modifications to the atmosphere. And now we're at a good temperature of 24 degrees Celsius, which is just perfect. Now I'm adding some yellow vegetation to those continents, changing the atmosphere a bit, because I wanted it to still sort of resemble the sun. And I think I did a pretty good job. It's like a desert world sort of thing. I really like it. I added some city lights to it as well, if you couldn't already tell. And yeah, I'm just doing the finishing touches here. So as you can see, life likelihood 47.7%. So I think that is pretty good. But now I was like, well, hey, that would be a pretty short video. So what I decided to do is I decided to add 8 moons to it. Why 8 moons? Because I wanted to make a mini solar system. So I'd make like a replica of Mercury, replica of Venus, so on, so on. But so yeah, you can see me do that here. However, I didn't think about how the sun is now the size of Earth and it's terraformed. The Earth isn't very big on a cosmic scale, and having 8 moons around Earth isn't really a good idea. So yeah, I'm just adding her Earth here, as you can see. Add some elevation too. I actually had a hard time messing with the water and all that. Had some glitches where just like half the planet would be covered in water and half the planet would be covered in land. It was kind of weird, but eventually I got something nice. For some reason the water wouldn't settle here. I don't know why, to be honest. And there we go. We're just at, yeah, so like I said, not much to talk about at this point. These continents, by the way, look very ugly. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, they do look very ugly. But anyway, so now I'm just doing the finishing touches. And look at that, I also added some city lights on the back there. And life likelihood, I didn't see it. It was something over 0%, okay? So this thing could also develop life. Average temperature 19.2 degrees Celsius, so a little colder, but hey, life can still thrive. I'm also adding some more continents here to try and make it look more natural, but I did a very terrible job, to be honest. But yeah. And then I switched over to Venus, and Mercury crashed into Venus. And I was like, you know what, fine. I accept that I won't have Mercury in this solar system. Honestly, I don't really care. I still got the other planets, I thought. So here I am making Mars, or at least a replica of Mars. I think I did a pretty good job with this one especially. Probably one of my favorites, actually. Now here I am trying to adjust Mars's orbit. It was pretty difficult for me actually. I had to do a lot of moving around and all that, and still it wouldn't go how I wanted it to. But so I just had to I was like, you know what? I'll just reset creating Mars and try again. So here I am creating Mars again, doing all this stuff. I'm really enjoying Universe Sandbox so far. It's actually really cool. Now I'm just turning this rocky planet into a gas giant. If you're wondering how I made such a small gas giant, I mean, it's in the name gas giant. All I did was just simply add a lot more hydrogen to it. And yeah, that seemed to make it work. So now I'm just making Jupiter and Saturn. I talked through making Jupiter, but here's Saturn. We're gonna add some rings to it too. So there we go. We got some nice rings around Saturn. But anyway, now I'm making Uranus and Neptune, the ice giants. These were a bit easier to make. I just used some of the blue bands and all that. You can see me customizing it here. And yeah, it was about the same deal with Neptune. But anyway, there is Neptune. We are now terraforming it. It's not making Neptune. We are making Neptune. And now I decided to unpause time and see what would happen. And yeah, everything kind of went apart. Venus ended up crashing into the terraformed sun, basically unterraforming it, and all the planets just flew off in different directions. Saturn's rings broke apart. It was yeah, pretty crazy. But anyway, I'm so far really enjoying Universe Sandbox. If you for some reason enjoyed this video and want to watch more of my videos, you can do that if you want. Let me know what Universe Sandbox videos or KSP videos I should make, because I'll definitely be with another KSP video next weekend for you guys actually. So I just didn't really have much time this weekend. But anyway, thank you for watching everyone. And thank you, by the way, for 150 subscribers. I cannot believe it. But anyway, guys, I'll see you all next time.